offended is a choice, and a dumb one at that. Do you take offense to that? Allowing another person to hurt your feelings or allowing someone to offend you is nothing short of self-imposed mental cruelty. Hey, why let other people be in charge of your feelings? Does that make sense? Does it? Abraham Lincoln tried to teach us this when he said, we should be too big to take offense and too noble to give it. A Washington Post poll showed that 9 out of 10 Native Americans were not offended by the Washington Redskins name. Frankly, they probably didn't even care enough to care. It was everyone else for whom some reason or another chose to be offended. An American teenager wore a traditional Chinese dress to her prom. She wasn't Chinese or Asian. Well, this infuriated a lot of people on Twitter. Someone responded to her picture by tweeting, "My culture is not your effing prom dress," although she didn't use the word effing. And like Pavlov's dog responding to the dinner bell, thousands of Twitter hounds rained abuse on this poor young girl for the great alleged sin of cultural appropriation. This is America, people. Our entire culture is an appropriation. This phenomenon kind of cracks me up. This truly insane outrage culture that we are living in. It makes me want to say to people, are you really that freaking bored? Do you really not have any actual problems to worry about, real ambitions to give your attention to? Do you really have so little going on in your life that this is what you are outraged about? Do you really feel so insecure in your identity, so unseen, so unheard and insignificant that you are that desperate to be offended and to give voice to your outrage? As the comedian Ricky Gervais said, just because you're offended doesn't mean that you're right. He went on to explain a complaint that he received about a routine he did on food allergies. He said, I got a furious tweet from a woman saying, "This is terrible. You shouldn't joke about food allergies." He said, I sent a response saying, I make jokes about AIDS, cancer, famine, and the Holocaust, and you're telling me I shouldn't joke about food allergies? That's where you're gonna draw the line? She sent back, yes, but the Holocaust didn't kill children. What? When you are constantly personally offended, you are in essence saying, I give you power over my feelings, and I don't care to take responsibility for my life or for my own feelings and reactions. It shows how willing you are to let others affect how you feel and determine your level of self-worth. Here's the lesson that I want to impart to you here today. Whether you regularly feel offended by the lunacy that happens in our news, political, or our online discourse, or even just the conversations you have with family members or friends or people that you work with, understand that whatever offends you reveals you. Let me say that again so that you can write that little jewel down in your journal. Whatever offends you reveals you. Whatever or whenever somebody or something pushes my button, instead of looking at the person pushing the button and shaking my finger at them, instead, and here's the lesson, it's coming at you hot, instead I look at the button and wonder, why is there a button here? What is this saying about me and my internal state? What repressed feelings or insecurities put this button right here? See, people can come up on me and say things like, poetry is lame. Franz Schubert was a hack. The Toyota Corolla is the worst car ever made. Video games should be made illegal to anyone over the age of 14. Star Trek is better than Star Wars. DC is better than Marvel or whatever. And none of those push my buttons. Why? Because none of those statements are associated with my fragile identity or distorted belief system. You can also come up to me and say, you are a terrible public speaker. You are a terrible leader. Your work is mediocre. You are cheap and not generous. And none of those are going to push any of my buttons either. Why? Because those buttons don't exist. I am 100% comfortable with all those aspects of my identity. I know that they are not even true, and I am not even compelled to have to respond. You might as well have said season 21 of The Bachelor is better than season 11. Okay, if you say so. Carl Jung said it first when he said, everything that irritates us leads us to an understanding of ourselves. And then the poet Hermann Hesse, just so you know, I actually don't think poetry is lame. Hermann said it even better and more bluntly when he said, if you hate a person, you hate something in him that is a part of yourself. So, when something or someone pushes your button, irritates you, makes you mad or annoyed, but doesn't seem to have the same effect on other people, ask yourself, what is this button doing here? What is it about? And what does this reveal about me? So tell us, Darren Daily friends, who or what has triggered you, pushed your button, or just irritated you recently that you are gonna give some button contemplation to? Note that in your Darren Daily Journal and be bold enough to tell us in the comments below.